ma'am. Good morning, classmates. We will start our report now, and our topic for our report is the introduction of apportionment. Introduction. Apportionment is the process used to distribute the numbers of sets to which each state is entitled in the U.S. House of Representatives in proportion that state's population. Today, apportionment is used for other processes of distribution or allocation of limited resources. Proportional to population, this ensures fair distribution of resources. Lesson 1. Apportionment. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to number 1. Use terminology of apportionment. Number 2. Recognize several methods of apportionment. Number 3. Use several methods of apportionment to determine how many representatives each subgroup of a larger group should have. Number 4. Calculate geometric means. Apportionment, the process of distributing. According to some plan used for other processes of distribution proportional to population. The result of such a process is also called apportionment. Different methods of apportionment. Quota methods, divisor methods. Quota methods work with the standard divisor and round off the standard quotas according to some rules, while methods work with divisor others than the standard divisor.
Quota methods consist of assigning sets in such a way that the final number corresponding to any given state is either the largest integer below its standard quota, called the lower quota, or the smallest integer above its standard quota, called the upper quota. Thus, if a state standard quota is, for example, 6, 3, 5, 6, then a quota method will assign to this state either 6 sets lower quota round down, drop the fractional part and retain the integer, or 7 sets upper quota round up, drop the fractional part and add 1 to the integer. Hamilton methods. Step 1. Find the standard divisor by dividing the total population by the number sets or the resource to be apportioned. Step 2. Find each state or group standard quota by dividing the state or group population by the standard divisor. Step 3. Assign to each state or group the integer part of each standard quota. This is the lower quota unless this is 0. If the integer part of the standard quota for any state or group is 0, assign one set or resource to that state or group. Step 4. If there are sets of resource remaining, then eliminating any state or group that had 0 as its lower quota. Find the state or group that has the largest fractional part and assign one more set of resource to this state or group. If there are still remaining sets, assign the next set to the state group with the next largest fractional part. Continue in this manner until all sets are assigned. Lowndes method. Use relative fractional part to decide which state groups get the extra set resource. Follow same step 1 to step 3 of the Hamilton method. Step 4. If there are any remaining sets, compute the relative fractional parts of the standard quotas, with the exemption of those that had a lower quota of 0, and assign one of the remaining sets resource states still remain. We assign the next sets to the state with the second largest relative fractional part. We continue in this manner until all sets are assigned. To find the relative fractional part of the standard quota, divide its fractional part by its integer part. Example: 3 colleges in the same region, College A, B, and C, decide to form a 10-member committee of students representing the 3 colleges. It is decided that representation will be proportional to the number of students in each college in such a way that each college will have at least one representative. College A has 1,455 students, College B has 1,683 students, and College C has 2,706 students. Divisor methods. Use modified divisor instead of standard divisor. Jefferson's methods, Adams method, Webster method, and the Huntington-Hell method.
Jefferson method, also known as the method of the greatest divisor. Step 1. Try a modified divisor less than the standard divisor. Step 2. Determine each state group standard quota. Step 3. Round down the standard quota. Step 4. Hit the total must be exactly equal to the number of sets resources to be allocated. If not, try another value. If the total is more than the required, try another value greater than 1. Value tired, repeat the process. If the total is less than the required, try another value less than the 1. Value try, repeat the process. Adams method, similar to Jefferson's method. The differences is that the modified divisor must be greater than the standard divisor, and the modified quota is rounded up. Step 1. Try a modified divisor greater than the standard divisor. Step 2. Determine each state group standard quota. Step 3. Round up the standard quota. Step 4. Get the total must be exactly equal to the number of set resources to be allocated. If not, try another value until the total is equal to the number of set resources to be allocated. Webster method, also called the method of major fraction. The modified quotas are rounded of the nearest integer in the standard way. If the fractional part of 0.5 or larger, round up and 1 to the integer. If the fractional part is less than 0.5, round down. Simply remove the fractional part and consider only the integer. Huntington Hill method is called the method of equal proportion. Modified quotas are rounded to an integer value using the geometric mean. If the modified quota is less than or equal to the geometric mean, round down. Consider the integer only of the modified quota. If the modified quota is greater than the geometric mean, round up and 1 to the integer of the modified quota. Geometric mean is the square root of the product of n and n plus 1.
Basic terminology. Standard divisor is the nation's total population divided by the total number of seats and resources. It can be interpreted as the average number of the people presented by any one member or can be provided or service with another with any one resource allocated. Standard quota, also called the exact quota, is the number obtained by dividing the state population by the standard divisor. This is the fraction of the total number of seats / resources that the state group is entitled to. Modified divisor. Modified quota. That's all. Thank you.